Hello, I'm Teresha Young, a relationship master coach, and welcome to Real-ationship Talk. Dating. There's so many complexities. Doesn't it feel like it? You started dating somebody, you met them on an online app, and they're still on the app. Or you started dating somebody and they're pushing for lovemaking and for physical intimacy, and you're not quite sure you are ready for that. There's quite a lot to be able to piece together to understand where you stand when it comes to the dating experience. And this has been this week's question, where I have been asked, should a guy or a woman remain on the dating website when they are dating, especially if the guy is pushing for lovemaking and all that? I don't feel I'm ready for sex yet, but maybe it'll deepen our connection. Now, that's a very good question, and a question that I often get asked when I start working with people or people who will DM me on social media. And it really depends on how long you have been dating each other. So I'm going to do this in two parts actually. So I'm going to answer your first part about whether you should still remain on a dating website when you are dating. So that really depends upon how long you have been dating and whether you've had conversations about whether you are exclusively dating each other. Because if you haven't set the standards and you haven't managed each other's assumptions, expectations, I would encourage you to have a conversation with that person exactly about where you stand. Have a look at your current situation. Does it feel like a serious commitment to you? Have you even defined a status, for example? Do you label each other girlfriend, boyfriend, partner? Are you still the best kept secret in terms of, have you met his family, his friends, or even spoken to him about friends and family? Or has he mentioned you to his friends or family? Do you speak about them? And likewise, have you done the same? All of those elements can help you to understand how serious the connection is. How often do you communicate with each other? And how do you communicate? Are you meeting up frequently? Is it just text messages? Is it telephone conversations? Because that will give you some really great insight as to whether this person is still going to be on a dating app. Because if you haven't just bottomed out and ironed out exactly what the dating experience is looking like for you two and the steps that you're taking to go forward and the progress you want to make, then you're going to be in that area of limbo. So I think it's really important to understand sometimes when we can get into the dating experience is that we don't even really know if we truly like them. We're so completely blown away with the experience and the excitement of it all. And you got, is it love? Is it lust? All of those kind of feelings. But is he truly the right fit for you? So even before you have conversations about necessarily being exclusive to each other, if you haven't already had that conversation and what the dating looks like for you both, have you even decided and assessed his suitability for you? Is he the right fit for you? Have you had a chance to analyze his qualities? Because sometimes we can spend so much time trying to get people to like us. We can be aiming for their acceptance, for their approval, for their validation, that we stop being ourselves, that we stop being our authentic selves, that we stop living from a place of integrity and we start doing other things in order to seek the validation and approval of that person. So really sit back and think, actually, is he truly the right fit for you? Is he able to meet your needs and your requirements? What's his character like? Truly sit down. Is he operating from a place of integrity? Are his words and his actions aligned? Because sometimes we can go in there and we can be blinded by what we would imagine that person to be sometimes in the future, what their potential might be like. And as I said in previous videos, don't fall for somebody's potential, so to speak. You have to meet them where they are. So truly sit down and say, is this person the right person for you? Can you be yourself with no judgment, with no criticism, without feeling that they're going to belittle you in any way, shape or form? So really analyse that. Now I want to go into the second part of your question, which is, if the guy is pushing for lovemaking, first off, and I don't feel I'm ready for sex yet, but maybe it'll deepen our connection. Now, saying yes before being ready for sex is a habit that many women, I find, and also from experience in terms of being a people pleaser, not in relation to necessarily sex, but just in terms of our character as women, we can be people pleasers in all areas of our life. And if you find that you are being a people pleaser in other areas of your life, as many women have been for so many different reasons why we have been moved into that habit, then ask yourself, are you transitioning that habit into saying yes to have sex before you are ready? Because without any sort of personal judgment at all, it is a personal choice as to how soon you have sex with somebody or get intimate with somebody. That's all down to personal choice, and you have to use your discernment to make sure that you are ready and you're comfortable and safe to do that too. But why would you be saying yes? Because you truly want to say yes? Is it feeling a personal need for yourself? Like, obvious then the short-term pleasure that you'll be receiving at that time. But other than that, what long-term needs are you fulfilling? Now, is this a fear-based need? Are you going to be saying yes because you're worried that he's no longer going to be interested in you or he's going to leave? Here's the thing. Men do not like you more if you have sex with him. That's just not how it works. Those type of things, such as sex and intimacy, petting, kissing, is all short-term, in-the-moment gratification. And those things are very short-lived. But do you know what really strengthens a connection with somebody? Because as you said, we're having sex deepen a connection, but do you know what really deepens it? It's the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual connection that you have with that person. The other aspects, such as sex and intimacy, they can hold places when it comes to a relationship, 100%. However, it doesn't have the depth and the staying intensity that I'm sure that you'll be looking for if you are looking to transition this relationship into a long-term relationship. Some people go into the dating world and they just want to date. They will have filler dates and they will just date because they want to connect with people. Personal choice. But if you are looking for something more long-term and sustainable, it's really about connecting with that person emotionally, mentally, and also spiritually. So if you're not ready for lovemaking, here's something that perhaps you could say to him. You could say that you're not ready for that level of intimacy, and you're saving that level of intimacy for when you are in a committed relationship. Now, you have to decide what level of intimacy is comfortable for you, because you still may be like, well, I'm okay with petting, I'm okay with kissing, and if that's your choice, that's your choice, but you might not necessarily be ready for sex. So really decide which level of intimacy you feel comfortable and safe with. And look, if he can't respect your choice, then explain to him you're just not the kind of woman that he's looking for. And if he doesn't stick around, good, because he doesn't deserve you, and you don't deserve to be used for just your body, if that is the main reason for him wanting to push you into lovemaking without having the next level of commitment. So I always say, don't be guilted into doing anything that you don't want to do. You receive what you believe. So walk with dignity and integrity, and strive to have a self-confidence that you exhibit and a healthy self-esteem. Maintain your boundaries and your standards always. so that this person will meet your physical needs, your emotional needs, your spiritual needs, and also your emotional needs before you even have sex with him. I find that when you do that, and what my clients find as well, is that they earn his respect. And it's a really great start to build that relationship that you're looking for. Many men, because there are many men who aren't just after sex, there are many men who look for women for more than just the sex. And my video on how to attract love using your feminine energy is definitely one to check out if you haven't already done so. Because any man has to earn the right to be with you. And any man is lucky to have you. So I hope that answer has been helpful for you. And if anybody else is watching this and you're thinking, I am also struggling to start saying yes to myself by saying no to other people, I find that I am being a people pleaser when it comes to dating and relationships. And it's not just about being a people pleaser when it comes to sex, but any other elements when it comes to relationships and dating, then I do encourage you to reach out to me. I can be contacted via my website, www.tereshayoung.com, or social media. You can find me as Teresha Young and send me a DM, because I would love to see how I can help you to remove that habit of being a people pleaser so that you can really start to be your authentic self and have the confidence in yourself. And what you will find is that once you have that, it will move itself and transition itself into all other aspects of your life, your career, your business, health. But it really requires a deep discussion about who you are, what you believe, and what you stand for. Because I hear you, I witness you, and I'm here for you. Until the next Real Relationship Talk, take great care of yourself and other people.